Hi, and welcome back to our Saturday sampler, and we are on month 4. So we're going to do our 12-inch block first, which is the star and a star. So on this one, of course I changed some of them. So on fabric 1, there's 2 3 7/8. I made them 4. It's the cream, so I made that a little bit bigger, and you cut them in half, and that's this one here. Let's see, what else did I do? On fabric 3, which is this, I made those 4 as well, made them bigger. On the pink, I always make these bigger whenever I'm making, well, I can't remember what this is called.
Flying geese?
Flying geese. See? Camera lady. Thank you, Angie. I made the flying geese bigger so I could trim it and have a perfect 1/4 inch. And then on this one, I also made that 4. So this will square down. So this is, we're going to put these two together first, square them down to 3 1/2. All our corners are 3 1/2. And then we're going to make our flying geese, which we're going to sew this to this. And then I trim it so I have my perfect 1/4 inch. And this size is going to be 3 1/2 as well. No, this one's smaller. This is 2 by 3 1/2 wide. So this is only 2 inches here. Okay, so we make those. Next, we're going to make this. This is our corners. You sew your square to this, and then another one, and then you add this to this, which will create a 3 1/2 by 6 1/2. 3 1/2 by 6 1/2. So you'll have to sew this together and then sew this to this. This center square, I kept the same size. It's fabric 2. This is 3 1/2. Okay, so that goes together really easy. This is stuff we've already done in our blocks. Next is our Martha Washington star, and we're going to create these little tiny pinwheel here. So we're going to make our flying geese, which are here. The only thing I changed was fabric 4, which is this pink. I made that larger to a 2 1/2 inch, cut it in half so I could square this down and have that nice perfect 1/4 inch here for me to sew to my center block. Also on fabric 5 is normally our brown fabric that we always use in our corners. I didn't like it here, so we gave you this fabric. So just note that this is a different fabric for your center little pinwheel. So we're going to sew a bunch of these little tiny ones. We make 4 of these. Sew this to this. And then when you sew this together, this needs to measure to 3 1/2 inch square. Little tiny 3 1/2. So your little flying geese are going to be 3 1/2 by 2. And you guys know how to sew that together. I don't have to tell you that one. Next is our Aunt Addie's album. This one's pretty cute. So we're going to create these cute little triangle sets here. So you've got an opposite, and then you have your background. None of this I made larger. So we're going to sew this to this to create, it's like a flying geese look, but when you sew it together, it'll have these 2 little triangles here to create that point. Our center here is 3 1/2 still. Again, these are going to measure the same as your other one, 3 1/2 by 2. Sew those together, super simple. Sew your corners on and you're done. So hopefully you enjoy these blocks and have a quilty day.